picked up by Stevenage. They brought me in for a trial, and within 2 weeks they just straight away signed me. It definitely encourages me a lot. I sort of feel like I'm representing my country, Bangladesh, in England now. In the first round of the FA Youth Cup, my entire family came to watch me for the first time. It would be an honour to play for the national team, of course, representing my country. Some contact from the federation, recent messages from the last few weeks. Hamza's honour and pride for his country, Islam, Hamza Choudhury coming on to play as well. So yeah, I'm really excited for the game. Probably say, of course, the generic answer would be Lionel Messi. At times maybe Bangladeshi. I think that's asked how are you? And I'd probably like to see myself playing senior football in one of the maybe top European leagues. I just want to say thank you to them. They really boosted my motivation to play for the country.
So as I start the show, I would like to say you that I have been following you for last couple of years or so. I've been tracking you, and pretty much all the way you are very consistent with your performance. I mean, it never really went down, or it happens that you go through ups and downs, but you have been pretty much on the spot every time. So we have been doing consistently well for your club. So it's always pretty good to see, and always good to track you as well. First of all, I mean, as you grow as a teenager, so how did you get into Stevenage FC, and what was the process like that you started from, and then you went to that academy, and how things went out for you?
I guess I was previously in and out of Tottenham's academy, and I think around when I was 13 I decided to sort of drop out and go back into grassroots football. And from there, within a year, I was picked up by Stevenage. They brought me in for a trial, and within 2 weeks, they just straight away signed me. And yeah, it all sort of worked out from there.
And you consistently perform well with those age level teams. Like, you have played for a lot of age level teams. So gradually, you are like moving upwards. So what's the next step for you in the Stevenage?
I guess to play senior football, whether that be at Stevenage or not, at another club. And yeah, just trying to get that men's experience and hopefully progress on with my career in senior football.
Yeah, for sure. We have a number of Bangladeshi descendant players in UK. They're playing like maybe not professional, mostly in age levels or in like semi-pro footballers. So as you see a lot of Bangladeshis around you as well. So what do you see as the biggest challenge as a Bangladeshi or a South Asian origin footballer to play there? The way you get brought up, and maybe it's not as up to the mark to be as a footballer, because typically you need a different lifestyle than Bengali lifestyle. So what are the biggest challenges that you see that it occurs for Bangladeshi origin footballers in UK?
I guess for Bangladeshis, football previously wasn't that big in terms of the amount of people watching and the amount of people encouraging their children to play it. So I think over the years it's sort of been encouraged a lot more. There's a lot of work in the UK, especially from the PFA, who are the Professional Football Association, and they're really encouraging more South Asians, and I guess included in that Bengali players, to undertake football. And of course, over the years you're seeing a lot more South Asian players and Bengali boys go into academies, and I think that's sort of trying to now inspire the younger generation, I guess parents, to encourage their kids to undertake football and sort of enjoy it.
Yeah, and we hope that many of them will make into the professional level, because we want to see more pro footballers in those leagues, And you were one of them, and you were one of the promising next ones coming through. So we would like to see you as well in that zone.
I appreciate that.
And you have been enjoying a great deal of support throughout. Like, you have been a bit of a star in the last 1 year. So how do you enjoy it? Like, many people, they cheer for you. They want to see your performance. They're really happy about you and proud of you. So how does that encourage you to do better?
Yeah, it definitely encourages me a lot. I sort of feel like I'm representing my country, Bangladesh, in England now, and seeing all the support, it sorts me wants me to go to the next level and perform well for them.
And you have recently got Bangladeshi passport as well. So now the aspirations might be really higher to represent the country and probably play international football, which is obviously a dream for any footballer to who just grows up and so playing for a national team, what does it mean for you, and how much you are looking forward to it, and what are the kind of the goal for you to play in the national team and what to achieve?
Yeah, it would be an honour to play for the national team, of course, representing my country. Of course, my entire family's from Bangladesh, so it sort of makes sense to eventually one day represent the national team. Hopefully, we've seen the likes of Hamza Choudhury now going on to play
Yeah.
in the senior team for the national team. So I think that's very encouraging, very motivating for me, and hopefully one day to play with him and sort of bring success for Bangladesh in the football world and create history.
Yeah, we hope that you will be there. I think you were aware that we are playing India in the Asian Cup qualifiers game. So, how
Yeah,
much do you know about the Bangladesh team right now, the current team, and are you looking forward to the match, the India versus Bangladesh match?
yeah, definitely. I've seen boy from Italy. I don't know if I'm saying his name correct. Fahamado Islam.
Yeah, yeah,
And of
yes.
course, you got Hamza Choudhury coming on to play as well. So yeah, I'm really excited for the game, and I want to see how much the Bangladesh national team's improved, and hopefully you can get the win.
I hope so. You hope so. But it's not just about one or two players thing, like football is the 11 players game. So you have always have to
Yeah,
have those kind of strength. If you have 11 Hamza or 11 such players, then you can always compete at the top level. So that's the
yeah,
basically the goal, to
definitely.
build a strong team. So you are, of course, you can be a good part of that as well. In your short journey so far, what was the memorable performance or the scene for you in your career?
I'd say it happened this year actually. In the first round of the FA Youth Cup, my entire family came to watch me for the first time. So this is my cousins, uncles, aunties, brothers, mum, dad, and they all came to watch me. And we played in the first round in Stadium MK, which I think has got a 30,000 capacity stadium, and we managed to get the win. We won 4-0, and I was able to score an assist. So yeah, that was probably a very memorable moment and one of my favourite feelings as a footballer.
That's pretty nice. I mean, how supportive is it for your family? How do they support you in your journey so far? Because I have asked some other players as well. I mean, not many of them got support from their family, because typically Bengali parents want their kids to take up like traditional things, like be a doctor, be an engineer. So,
Yeah.
um, do they really support this game of taking professionally?
Yeah, my parents are very supportive. They've been supporting me since I started playing football. I've got my two older brothers who actually I started playing football because of them. I saw them playing football first, and because of them, I ended up starting to play football. And my mum, my dad, they've been supporting me through my journey, taking me every day, training, matches, support me along the way. And even my cousins, aunties, uncles, they're big fans, and they've always been supporting me, encouraging me to do well.
I have talked with Shamit Shok, the Canadian footballer. He's played in MLS and now playing CPL. So he was saying the same. Like typically Bengali footballers growing up, they don't get the support to go pro. Like they're playing like age levels
Yeah,
and all that, but after some point of time they drop and they take up some other
yeah,
professions. So it's good to know that you are getting the support as well. As we talk about the consistency in your performance, like your age level, but you are still performing very consistently. So, how is your training like? Like, how do you train your routine as a whole? And we compare it to the Bangladeshi footballers. I will do it later, but now I want to know about your training methods or whatever you kind of follow in your routine?
Yeah, so we train Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday game, of course. So full time. Um, Depends on the day. So Monday tends to be a light day because it's 2 days after a game, and it will just consist of coming in around 10 o'clock per activation, where we stretch before training, have training, lunch, and go home. And then when it comes to the heavy load days, so this is like a Tuesday or Thursday. These days tend to be a bit more heavier. We'd come in similar time, 9:45. Maybe have pre-match meeting on the upcoming game, and pre-activation, of course, stretching before training. We'd have the training session, which can last hour and a half maybe, and these sessions tend to be a lot more heavier on a Tuesday, Thursday, so it can consist of longer distance and a lot more running. And then after training, lunch again, and after lunch, we do gym. So it tends to be lower body stuff, so mainly power sessions or strength sessions. And after gym, we do a technical session. This tends to be live, just working on our technique, so like little passes, maybe shooting for the attackers. And yeah, that after that, our day's done and home time. Yeah.
It all happens in a very structured way, in a very disciplined way. So I think that's what helps you going to the next level and improve you as a player every day. So I think Bangladesh footballers also can take up to that and probably do better, because we really need discipline in our life to succeed at this level. And growing up as a footballer, who was your biggest inspiration, and now currently who is your someone who that you really look up to?
I guess growing up, I could probably say, of course, the generic answer would be Lionel Messi. I've always sort of looked up to him and tried to base my play style off him. Later on in the years, Eden Hazard from Chelsea. I'm a Chelsea supporter, so he was a very standout player, and again,
He
similar
was
play
really
style to him. And I guess now I sort of look up to a range of players. Mohamed Salah, just a goal scorer, and I guess he's just one of my favourite players. But yeah, again, it'd probably be the main answer would be Lionel Messi in his prime. I'd definitely look up to.
and probably Hamza Choudhury as well. Now he's like making a wave.
Yeah,
I mean, inspiring a lot of young players to represent Bangladesh, and not just the
yeah,
men footballers. Even the women footballers now are interested to play for Bangladesh. Those who are in abroad. So that's the impact of that man as well. And I would like to ask you about Hamza as a superstar who plays in Premier League and has played he's won FA Cup as well. So for such a stature of a player to play for Bangladesh, and how does that impact to the and how does that really gives a message to the all the other footballers who are abroad and who really maybe they consider about playing for Bangladesh, and what are the impacts that make?
yeah. It shows Hamza's honour and pride for his country, and I think him being such a high-level Premier League footballer and choosing to represent Bangladesh, it must motivate us players who are in the age base across the world, not just England, to also sort of want to follow in his footsteps and represent the national
Yeah,
team one day.
I'm sure you're very keen on to play with him alongside him and Bangladesh national team.
Yeah, definitely one day. Yeah.
Okay, so have you been offered to play for Bangladesh at any level so far? Because you have just recently got the passport. So, did anyone contact to you from the federation?
Yeah, I've had some contact from the federation, recent messages from the last few weeks, and yeah, it's looking positive. Hopefully, sometime later on this year or in the middle of this year, something could potentially happen. Yeah.
Can we get any updates about it? I mean, how long it could take for you?
Um, it's soon. It's soon. Not far. We could say, yeah. I'll leave it as it's soon. Yeah. I haven't got an exact date, but yeah, definitely soon.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too far. I know even that. Okay, so we'll move on to the next question. Like growing up in a Bengali family, I mean, uh, I'm doing this full interview in English, so I would like to know what can you say in Bengali as well. I know that you're not
um,
good at it and it's putting you in trouble.
yeah. I think my parents speak Sylheti. So at times maybe Balasini. I think that's us. How are you? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably the furthest I can probably go.
So that was pretty much it.
Yeah, I can sort of maybe understand a bit. My parents try to talk to me in Bengali, but I do struggle to talk back in the same language.
And have you ever been to Bangladesh and or you wish to come soon?
Yeah, I've never actually been to Bangladesh. A lot of my family have, but me and one of my middle brothers, we haven't been. So it's something which my family is really keen on me doing, and obviously seeing where they grew up and where my ancestry is from.
And how do you like the Bengali culture in the food and everything, the rituals? How do you see them?
Yeah, no, I love the Bengali culture. I grew up in a, I guess you can call it a very Bengali household. My family, they're all from Bangladesh, so my uncles, my aunties. So I experienced the culture a lot. Food, of course, very nice. I think I said in a recent interview, I like my mom's chicken biryani, which I tend to eat quite a bit. So yeah, definitely, the culture's amazing, and I'd love to go and experience that in the country one day.
Yeah, inshallah. In next few years, like let's say next 5 years or so, where do you see as a footballer, and where do you want to see yourself there after a certain period of time?
Yeah, in the next 5 years, I'd probably like to see myself playing senior football in one of the maybe top European leagues. So whether that be the Championship Premier League in France, in Italy, looking at Europe and being in senior environment, and also alongside that, potentially playing for the Bangladesh national team, of course.
Yeah, hopefully you can make it because the way you are going and inshallah and you can do everything. Okay,
Thank you.
so we are almost at the end of the show, but I would like to hear a message from you to the Bangladesh fans who have been really vocal for you, cheering for you every day and all that. So, any message for them?
Yeah, definitely. I just want to say thank you to them. They really boosted my motivation to play for the country. I guess previously, obviously, I always wanted to play for the country, but after receiving the support, it's given me that extra motivation. It's also helped with my performances, giving me that confidence to represent them in this country, and inshallah, one day I can represent them on the global stage.
Yes, inshallah. Okay, so we are going to conclude the show here, and we thank a lot to Tanil Salik for being here with us, and it's been a pleasure to talk to you.
Pleasure. Thank you for having me on.
Okay, so that's a wrap for tonight. And we had a fantastic talk with one of our brightest talents across the globe, Tanil Salik. And we hope that you enjoyed our conversation and we look forward to more in future. Thank you.